At the Triple Crown Sparkler, Thad Anderson on the live stage. Well, this whole event is about the players, right? So we've talked to a lot of people today, and now we're going to talk to some players. Now it's getting fun. This is the good part. Player. That's an actual player right there. In fact, that's a heck of a player. Sophia Carroll with the Firecrackers Hinkle out of Arizona. Sophia, welcome to the live stage. Thank you for coming up and joining us. You are going into your sophomore year of high school this coming school year. Is that right?
Yes.
And so you're just kind of working your way toward the college scene, but you've already got a commitment to a pretty good program. Where are you planning to play your college ball?
University of Arizona.
Why?
Well, it's got great tradition. You got to look at all the athletes that have come through there, and it's like, why not? I'd love to fill those shoes one day.
Yeah. And you were playing, I think you told me you were playing in the 14 and under category last season. Now you're on the 18s Firecrackers team. What's the competition jump like? What's it been like for you making that transition?
Well, I'm coming from a lot of younger athletes, but to come up and see all those mature athletes and seeing how they play the game has taught me absolutely a ton of things.
What's the biggest difference? Is it the pitching, and what do you see? What's the most challenging part of the transition?
Definitely the speed. I mean, you could get away with stuff in 14U, but everything has to be perfect, crisp and clean if you want to have a good ball game.
And you told me your first year of softball, and we're going to actually get a chance to almost get a carbon copy. We've got twins coming at you, so your twin sister AJ is going to be up here in a minute talking to us. Did you play together that first recreational season?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I was lucky enough to be on the same team with her, so it helped to have someone growing up just to be there with you.
So you did 1 year of that, and then you transitioned into travel ball or competitive ball right after a year of the little recreational league. At what point did you have an idea that something like Arizona might be possible for you?
Well, last year, I enjoyed playing softball, but seeing those other athletes, I was like, how are they there, And then I started to have mentors, and that opened up my eyes, seeing I have just as much potential as those other girls, and it was just all in after that.
So with Coach Candrea at Arizona, a legend in the game, was it 1,500 wins he went past this year? I mean, he's blown the top off of the game. What's it like as a young player? How would you describe Coach, or what's your take on Coach?
Just like a father off the field, but when it comes to business, he knows how to do it right, and I'm blessed enough to say I'll be playing for him one day.
How many games have you been to over in Tucson?
Probably 20 or 30. I can't
really?
help it just to watch.
So you make the trek. What is it, about an hour and a half, 2 hours maybe to get from Surprise?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Surprise, you're on that other end of Phoenix, right? So you got to go all the way across Phoenix, and so it probably takes you a little while, but you're dedicated. You're getting over there quite a bit.
Absolutely.
That's going to be, that's a very good thing if you go into the program having had that much exposure to game day and stadium and all those things. That's a pretty nice advantage to have as a player. It'll probably serve you pretty well. Do you have, what do you imagine? I think we were talking, and you don't know yet what you want to go into. You're just going in your sophomore year of high school, so you don't have a major picked out yet. But any thoughts on something that right now, if you were forced to pick a major, do you have one that might pop into your head yet?
Definitely business.
Yeah?
I'm all about that.
Why so? Making money?
Not necessarily but making money, but to create something and to say it's mine and to possibly impact people around the world.
And which high school are you at?
Shadow Ridge High School out in Surprise.
And what's the best thing about Shadow Ridge?
Got to be, it's one big family.
Yeah?
Whole community. If anything's going on in another school, Shadow Ridge knows about it, and we're doing something to help them out.
Good. So as you play through, you're in Colorado now. How many trips have you made to Colorado for this event?
This will be my third year, actually.
Yeah. And tonight you're going to play in the All-American game, I understand.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be on ESPN3 right over here on one of our featured fields. And you're going to go head-to-head against you're on one roster, and your twin sister's on the other roster. Have you ever played against each other?
One time for a camp when I was little, but it's nothing new. I mean, we compete all the time at home, so it's kind of just like bring it on. There's more people now to see you.
What positions do you play?
At the moment, shortstop, but I'm definitely ready to move around the field.
Does that include outfield? Can you play catcher?
I used to when I was little.
But only if forced at this point?
If my coach needs me to, I'm happy to play.
Absolutely. But if you were picking, you probably wouldn't put the gear on?
Nah, I'd stick to shortstop.
How about pitching? Can you throw it?
Oh, no, that's Eris's job.
That's a whole different beast right there. And what about batting order? Where's your best slot in the batting order?
I would say in the middle lineup, probably from 2 to 5th batter.
A little power in the swing?
A little bit for my size.
And do you notice the altitude when you come to Colorado, that the ball carries a little bit?
I have noticed that. The ball seems to hang in the air just a little bit more, but that could possibly be to my advantage. So
yeah. What about when you run? Do you notice that with your lungs and breathing at all?
no, because I've spent all year training for just this one weekend and PGF coming, so I'm ready for it.
So you get all the benefits. The high altitude doesn't mess with your running and your endurance, but you get the extra carry on the ball. That's kind of cheating the system. You can't have it both ways. It's not fair. So what do you predict tonight for your sister in the All-American game? What do you think she's going to do?
I think she's going to do her job, play how she knows how to play, and she'll be ready.
Who's been the best? Who's been the most influential, I guess, in your path so far, trying to work your way toward an opportunity like Arizona? Who's helped you get to that point where that is an opportunity?
Oh, every one of my coaches. Somehow I still stay in connection with all of them, and I'm still looking for advice. I was just talking to one of my coaches about 5 minutes ago and just thanking him for what he's done for me.
And now the Firecrackers organization is really a national softball organization now, hubbed out of Southern California with Tony Rico. What's been your experience with the Firecrackers? What's it like to play within that organization?
Oh, it's a totally different world. Everything is to perfection. There is tons of discipline, and I'm just excited I get to be a part of that.
And so while you're here in Colorado, you play a lot of softball, but a lot of people come here to get recruited, and you've kind of got a head start on that part. So that's not as much of a stressor for you when you make this trip. What's one thing other than softball while you're in Colorado that if there was a young player coming to this event, you'd say you have to do what?
Play the game like you know how to. I mean, yes, there's a lot of people, but don't let that get to you. If you play how you know how to play, you'll be just fine.
And what are you going to do for some fun while you're here?
Oh, definitely hiking. Going down up to Fort Collins should be fun.
Going to Fort Collins?
Hopefully.
I live there, so
really?
Come by, mow my lawn, and I'll get you a water bottle or some crackers or something in exchange.
Thank you.
You'd be willing to mow my lawn?
Absolutely.
It sounds like you're a team player. So we'll plug you in that way too. Well, good luck with both the week here, but also with these next steps of your process and the high school experience. A lot of people are so focused on getting that college experience, but those high school years are obviously some of the most memorable. So I hope you have a chance to really enjoy it. Sounds like you like your high school, and I hope
Absolutely.
that's a great run for you before you do head on to Tucson in the next opportunity. Thanks for taking a little time to talk to us today.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Good luck.